Really, the worst thing about Blade Runner 2049 is that it's not doing well financially. This movie's been out for some time, so you've probably already heard the reviews that it's beautiful, it's well acted, and it's a pretty solid story. So why is it failing? Probably the advertising. I mean, you generally get 3 trailers. A teaser, which sets you up, gives you very little, but gets you excited and tells you that it's coming. The second is generally an action trailer to get you even more pumped. Shows you all the cool stuff that's going down, tiny bit of story, but not too much, nothing that tells you anything. And the third one is supposed to be a story trailer. We never got a story trailer, and all we got was that Ryan Gosling, who is excellent in this, is on a case. He's a detective, he's a Blade Runner, he's trying to figure out this case, and he needs Harrison Ford's help to solve it. And Harrison Ford, who's, dare I say, in half of this movie, and that's at the end, and he's really solid in this too, but like, we're not finding out much.
I found him.
That's not possible. You have 48 hours to erase everything. Or you bought a war.
So nobody knows what this movie's about. And the director, who's amazing, and I'm looking forward to his take on Dune, didn't want anybody to tell anybody. So even the reviewers were, keeping their lips tight on that. So the reviewers aren't telling you what it's about. The trailers aren't telling you what it's about. So like, what's gonna put butts in the seats? Well, you're really just banking on the old Blade Runner, because that's what this movie's like.
I think it's challenging to talk about this film without saying anything about it.
And I think the ship has sailed on this one. I don't think the studio is going to put any more money in the marketing and give us that story trailer, so it's really not going to make any more money. Maybe if it gets nominated for an Academy Award, which it does have great special effects and the performances are good, but I think if it's going to win anything, it'll be in the special effects category. I just hope the studios learn a lesson from this. I mean, here you got this beautiful film, it's really well acted. I mean, the only complaint I heard about it is that it's too long, and that doesn't bother me. I've got really good patience for long movies, especially if they're good. Even if they're bad sometimes.
Playing for you and your mama.
And I like the fact that this movie takes its time. I mean, I think it helps. It develops the character so you're more invested in it. The story's a slow burn, and it's getting more and more interesting as it goes along. And you get that final sequence. I mean, it all builds up towards it. I mean, if you like the original Blade Runner, you're gonna like this one. It's an excellent sequel to it. So let's tell you a bit of the story. I mean, we follow Gosling, who plays a Blade Runner, and right off the bat they tell us he's a replicant, created, given memories to appear more human and react as we would. He deals with prejudice inside the police precinct, and his apartment building neighbors, they're all dicks. He's doing his usual Blade running, hunting people down when he discovers clues that lead to a replicant having had a child, which is unheard of. So Kay's boss, which is his character's name, sends him out to find it and destroy it, because if replicants realize they can create life, then they don't need to serve and be slaves. They become their own masters that way, which would lead to an underground replicant movement, which we see in the movie. We meet Kay's holographic girlfriend, who's played by the lovely Ana de Armas, and yes, I am in love.
I missed you, baby sweet. Was a day.
No one in the police?
It was a day.
Her character works great with Gosling's character. It's a nice dynamic where she can't interact with any things. I mean, eventually he has to go to this orphanage to find out where this child is and tries to track him down. He starts reliving some of these memories of his and realizes that maybe he's hunting himself because he has memories of this orphanage.
No. I'm not buying. No. Bigger than you were trying to shut me down. Bigger than you, and they were men.
But like any good detective, he doesn't just jump to that conclusion. I mean, he follows the leads. He follows the clues. Well, let me tell you where the world's at in this.
All that was lost in the blackout, this cut of history, died unmourned.
Humanity has only survived this long by crushing the earth to suit its needs.
Now, the Tyrell company from the original that created the replicants went bankrupt, and the Wallace company, ran by a blind Jared Leto, took over and re-established order after the blackout that wiped all computer information from the planet.
The stars, our only hope,
Are hidden beyond the lives you will not allow me to create.
Leto has this amazing scene with Love, Sylvia Hoeks' character, who he created, is his favorite angel. I really enjoyed her character arc, as she was his assistant / business manager / personal assassin.
Where are we going?
Home.
Her mentality was great, from her tears in the beginning to her full-on belief that she was the best at the end.
Bring him to me.
Now when Detective K does track down Deckard Shaw, Harrison Ford's character, he doesn't tell him that he thinks he's his father. But right up to the end, Gosling's character, I mean, at least to me, that's what he felt like he believed. And Harrison Ford was amazing in this. He did a fantastic job. He was used very well. We get some pretty good action scenes in this, but they don't push it to the fact where it's like unrealistic, like all of a sudden it's a different movie and it's like tons of action. It's all character driven. It's all very important stuff that's like, you know, just developing a story.
They know you're here.
The special effects are insane. The holographic technology was fantastic. They digitally recreate things from the original and past greats. I mean, one in particular really stood out to me. I was just like, how the fuck are they doing this? It looked flawless. I mean, I pieced it together, but like comparing it to things we've seen in other movies, this movie just, special effects were a notch above.
It's 2:45.
Well there, I told you some of the plot, some of the story about the characters, and I didn't really need to spoil much. The intricate details, the relationships, the story swerves will still be fresh for you. And I give this one my stamp of approval. This is worthy of seeing in the theaters. Hell, it's probably going to be in my top 3. Well, as always, thanks for watching.